What up, yo? It is I, Luna the Bright One, here with another video for you, especially one that you guys have been asking for. First things first, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you want to see future videos and get alerts for it, then hit the bell. If you want any personal readings, ancestral readings, you know where to go. Email down below. Give me an email and we'll go from there. Now that that's over with, this video is about astral projection versus dun, 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 remote viewing. What the freak is remote viewing and what the freak is astral projection? By the way, I'm saying it that way because it's freaking difficult for me to be like astral projection, even though I just said it fine right there. But I've had to take a couple of outtakes for this because I kept saying asto or ass or some stupid crap like that. So anyways, there's been a couple of questions about it. You guys also wanted to know about remote viewing and so on and so forth. Even though I am going to say there are tons of videos on YouTube. There's tons of information on how to do this and how to do that. So this is casual conversation between me and whomever's watching. And this is my experience with it. So again, this is not, and I say this in my other videos, this is not a tutorial. This is not a 1, 2, 3 step or a 12-step program of how to do it and how to go about doing it. But what I can say is a couple of ways that I do it and why I do it and what happens and what things I see. So again, this is my experience. And if you do or don't believe me, head to the door because I really don't give a shit. This is for your entertainment purposes only. You want to take what you take, don't take what you don't take. So that, let's see, now that I've said that, let's go to astral projection. I do have another video, one that's mostly astral projection, do a little bit of lucid dreaming and a tad bit of remote viewing. So if you want to see that one, go check that one out first, or you can do it after this one. Not a biggie. But if you want to hear more about AP, which is astral projection, I'm just going to say AP now, then go see that video. I probably will do more, depends on the feedback. I do like the feedback. I do like the fact that you guys like my videos. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. All of that good stuff. And thanks for the readings as well. You guys are the bomb. Also, with the readings, I would like for those of you who do get readings from me to write in the comments whether you were satisfied, not satisfied, whether, you know, I seem to be telling the truth or if I was lying. Just some general feedback, you know. Let people know what my readings are and what they're about. If you want to know what my readings are about, you know, go to that video. It's ancestral and what I do. That's the video. So APing. Okay. So my other video, like I said, I go like kind of through the basics. I'm more so going to do remote viewing on this one because I said that on the last one. And again, this is off the cuff and this is just general conversation. So if I skip around, well, this is why. It's not structured. It's not organized. But there were a couple of questions that I did write down. Somebody did want to know about, actually a couple people wanted to know about, let me see, expectations when APing. Can you do this with other people? And if you can do this with other people, how do you do it, and how does that go about doing it, and all that good stuff? And relationships with the people on the other side. So here's the thing with that. I'm going to incorporate ancestors. Yes, and I do talk fast, so let me try to slow it down here. There's a lot of information to get out, and I only have a short period of time. So, plus I like to talk fast, and that's what I said in my other videos. So the first question, boom, 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 boom. First question is, can you tell I'm a little bit more comfortable in front of videos or camera? Well, I am. Relationship with the others on the other side. Family members on the other side. I'm just going to say this. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's experience with their relation or with their family members is different. When they pass away, your mourning is different. So you could be mourning for 6 months to a year, 3 months, whatever. When I say that and when I speak of that, I'm talking about, I guess, the closer you are to the person, the longer it might take for you to get in contact with them on the other side, is kind of what I'm saying. When you are comfortable, like let's hypothetically say that it's your grandmother that passed away, whether you're close to them or not, and let's say it's been about 6 months to a year. Generally, before that, you'll start seeing signs. You know, you'll start smelling their perfume, or you'll start hearing the music that they like of some sort, or you'll see a butterfly or a hummingbird or something, right? So when you AP, let's say that you're pretty good with APing. You've been doing it for a little while. I'm just going to kind of go from there, not necessarily from the beginning or beginner's point of view. Let's say you've been doing it for a while and you kind of know what you're doing. You generally can go anywhere and speak to anybody, unless they block you, of course. But I go around blocks because let me just say, if I want to see it, I'm going to see it. But anyway, okay, so let's say you want to see grandma, okay? You're just like, okay, I'm cool, I'm chill, I'm relaxed, I got my eyes closed, I'm laying down. I'm like, I'm zenning, my head's all clear, but I want to see grandma. So I'm good, I'm coming out, poof, I'm out of my body and all that good stuff. Okay, grandma, I think of grandma. Sometimes, and I have had this happen to me before, my grandfather, I had seen him, but sometimes they're already right there. And so you can turn around and be like, oh, Grams, what's up? And they'll talk to you and you can talk to them, and the reason I say it would need to be some time after they passed is because the mourning period has to happen. You have to cry it out. You have to be okay, a little bit okay with them being gone and living your life and being, just I think you get what I'm saying. You got to be somewhat okay that they're no longer here. And because when you see them, the waves of emotion is going to fly and you're going to freaking start bawling. And anytime you have a wave of emotion when you're APing, bam, you go right back to your body. Okay, any type of fear, any type of super happiness, even any type of emotion that's drawn a lot of energy, you just go right back to your body. So if you're like, bam, I see Grams, oh my God, and bam, you're right back to your body. Or if you're like, Grams, oh my God, I miss you, and I'm not making fun of people, but when you're really like crying, you're gonna go right back in your body, and then you're gonna like sit there crying for another like 5 hours or whatever because it was that emotional. So let's just say actually it's been like a year or something, and grandma, you're cool, you're living your life, you miss grandma and everything like that, and you've been seeing signs, you've been somewhat talking to her in a way, or at least seeing signs to where you're comfortable enough to see her in AP. A lot of times also, I must say this, that when those on the other side, people call them spirit, people call them, I don't know if they would call this God per se, but people call them spirit or ancestors, anything you want to call those on the other side of the veil. Sometimes they don't let you see them because you have a block, an emotional block. And when you can't see them, when you have an emotion block, you can't see them and they won't let you see them. So it might take some time. With that, I didn't realize it was going to be such long answers, but okay, I want to go over one more thing. Damn, maybe I should just do a Q&A video specifically for AP and then specifically for remote viewing. And I didn't say what the difference was, but I will in a second. Okay, so the next question, the last one for AP is, can you do this with somebody else? Foshizi manizi, you can of course do anything basically with anybody else. Let's just say, if you can think it's, you can do it. But yes, the best way to do it though is when you're laying next to each other, and the best way is when you're touching each other, and I don't mean nastiness, guys. What I mean is if you're laying next to each other and you're holding hands, or you're spooning each other, or you're just touching in some way. And I bet couples, some of you have already had this happen to you, where you think you have a dream about each other, and either one or both of you wake up saying you had a dream about each other. A lot of times that's also like lucid dreaming with each other. But yes, you both can lay down. You guys can do it without touching, but it's just easier and it's just better, especially if you're just starting out, to touch each other in some way, hand holding or whatever, and then focusing on, sometimes one comes out before the other depending on how good that you guys are, and then you just wait for the other to come out and y'all can go and do whatever. So yes, you can. Astral projecting is when you basically have your whole soul leave. Remote viewing is when you take a part of your soul. You don't take a part of your soul, you take a piece of your soul, and it flies out. It's almost like, I'm going to equate it to daydreaming. Let's say you're in math class Math class. And you're sitting there and you're just like, this shit's fucking boring. And then you're daydreaming and you're freaking gone. You're still there and you're still sitting up and you're still like got your eyes open and everything. But, you know, some of this here is gone. And you're off doing whatever it is. And that in itself is technically remote viewing. Guys, you've been doing it the whole time. Even in class, in school, you guys have been doing it the whole time. There ain't nothing special. Let me just say, ain't nobody special here, okay? I don't care how much you think you know, whatever, that's a whole other video. But anybody can do this, and you guys actually have been doing this. And you guys actually have been doing astral projecting as well. You just didn't know what to call it, probably. So remote viewing, it can get like more technical and everything. Like people have done it where they were doing experiments in the military. They'd have an envelope somewhere in some other location. This person would go and check out the envelope. What's in this envelope? And then they say, what's in the envelope? And voila, they have it right. Well, you can do this while you're doing things, doing chores, or just sitting there and staring at the wall or something. You can do this. You take a piece of yourself, you go somewhere, you start thinking about, oh, the last time I was in Hawaii, or you think, okay, what does Hawaii look like now? And you go over there. But here's the thing. You don't go expecting to see what it was that you saw before. Otherwise, you're just going into a memory, you see? What you do is you think, I want to go to Hawaii, and you just go. And then whatever comes in, comes in. And you start to see, maybe you'll start to see trees, maybe you start to see leaves, maybe you start to see colors. You know, some people see certain things differently than others. And I can say that some people are more natural at it than others, and some it comes quickly to them. Sometimes you go and it's kind of fuzzy around where you see just like one little pin thing, and then it starts to show a picture, depending on how long you study it, depending on how long you focus and how long you can focus. I would suggest starting RVing by sitting in a chair or something and then kind of staring at the wall type deal, and then, you know, focusing that way. You can even do it with your eyes closed or whatever, you know, and still having only a piece. By now, you know, I've been doing it for so long, like I can freaking do chores and whatever. But then again, it's like the same thing when you're, what do you call it? When you're, I just said it too. When you're zoning out, or when you're just like, in math class and, you know, not really listening and paying attention. So a little more on it, where you can remote viewing, though, the way that I've gone, I don't necessarily like touch people or anything. Like I say in my other videos, when I astral project and I lucid dream, I can go and I can touch people. I can feel the wind in my hair and so on and so forth, even though you're in soul. Very, very different in other dimensions. Just because you're only in soul does not mean you can't feel, touch. I don't know about taste because I haven't tried that. But you know what? I might actually go and see if I could try that. Maybe just taste an apple or something like that. But for now, I don't know if you can. I'm sure you could. I believe that you are capable of doing anything, and I believe that there are multiple verses here, as well as dimensions, so on and so forth, higher, lower, whatever. So that's definitely possible to do that. I never say that, never say never, I guess. Don't they say that? Never say never. Okay, so a little bit more. Let's see. You focus on that. It's kind of like ESP in a way. I think if I got the right correlation, where you see they have a card in front of you and there's like a star or something like that, and you just like kind of look into the card and you see, or you just basically look through the eyes of the person. You could do that too, by the way. Just don't without permission, because it's freaking rude. Okay, people tried to do that shit before. It's not fucking cool. Or sometimes you can't even tell when they're looking through your eyes. But I think if you guys have like different questions and all that good stuff about remote viewing and all that stuff, remember I only have 15 minutes that I can talk on these videos. So I try to get out as much information as I can. I did answer 2 questions for your AP. If you have more, I'll do one specifically for that, and a Q&A specifically for remote viewing. And my next videos, the people I like to call the Borg, they want to get something out because of all this 5G and everything that's going on. I didn't realize why until recently. So let me do a little bit more like background on that one, as far as what's going on in the world, as opposed to why they want me to tell you this. So there's that. And oh yeah, and then there's a Q&A for Ormus coming out as well, guys. So Thanks for watching, and again, subscribe. And again, if you want any personal readings, see my email below. Peace, love, and chicken grease.